Hello everybody, welcome back to Super Bowl, what is it called? Super Bowl of Wreaths or Super Bowl of Crafts weekend. So we're skipping the game and we're in the craft room this weekend. And so far this weekend has been packed with lives. I did 2 yesterday. This is my second one today. And I'm getting things done with you guys, creating some really good stuff. So just wanted everybody to come back and join me for another wreath. The previous wreath was made out of a basket. And you guys will see that online and on YouTube shortly. And then now we're back for an Easter cross wreath. And look how gorgeous this guy is. Isn't this great? I got it at Hobby Lobby. And it's very rustic, but we're going to put so many soft florals with it. It's going to look gorgeous. So basically it's just a wreath. We're going to put a lot of florals. We're going to put ribbon into it. It can be Eastery. I did buy some lilies, which I just now forgot that they're on the floor over there. I forgot to pick them up. I'm going to put a few lilies in it. I don't want it to be too crazy Easter because this is something that you should be able to keep out, not just for the Easter season, but also something that you can display in your home. Basically all of spring and summer, or any time that you really like these soft pink florals. So let's see, Dell, looking forward to seeing the cross wreath and then the bunny. Yes, Dell, I want to tell you up front, I don't know if I'm going to get to the bunny, guys. It's 4 o'clock now, my time. I'm hoping I can get this done before 6. And then I still have a lot of things to do. And I got to get things edited and put up on Facebook, on YouTube. I got to take pictures. I got to get things listed on Etsy. And then I still have to... I got some things to do for my week to start my work week. So I'm hoping I can get through this. And then the Easter bunny I may have to do tomorrow after work. So it'll be a late one, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I just really wanted to get more done today and I only was able to get the 2. That basket wreath was gorgeous. I did not realize I was doing that for 3 hours, you guys. That was a long one and it turned out great and I had a lot of help. So, I just didn't realize it had taken me so long to get that guy done. So all I'm doing here is I'm setting up. Hi, Patricia. I'm back. Yes. Hi, Pam. I'm setting up my tablet over here so I can see your comments. And it's not, there we go. That way I can kind of read them over here off to the side. Okay, that's my first one. Here it is. Okay, guys. So, getting things to come through. Irene, hi. Irina, hi. Donna, hello. And Bobby. Hi, guys. Welcome back if you were just with me before. We are going to make a very pretty, feminine, soft, springy, fresh wreath today. It's going to be super gorgeous. It's going to give lots of spring inspiration. It's going to give a lot of life to your door or whatever room you put it in. Here's a little leftover tulips. Those look great in here too. And then I'm just showing you guys all my stuff. And then the staple ficus, guys. These are great for filler on the back. So this is basically what we're working with today. We've got some greens. We've got a lot of good pinks. The kind of pinks, like this is obviously very pinky pink. This is real pink. Almost fuchsia. And I don't know if the lights are picking up on that enough, but that's almost a fuchsia pink. This is more of a baby powder pink. And then we have some of this darker, almost lends some to the corally pink. And I just really thought that these flowers were pretty. All of these flowers are from Michael's. Everything's Michael's. You guys know my leftover tulips were from my tulip wreath tutorial I did. These aren't the pink ones. This is a different set. They're kind of variegated. And then my staple ficus leaves, I've gotten these at Hobby Lobby forever, but you can get them at Michael's. Same thing, they're $1.99. Usually I get them at Hobby Lobby when they're doing their 50% off week, so I get them for 99 cents. And then there's a little bit left over from a project I'd done. We're probably going to use maybe just about one stem. I just grabbed 2 for for safekeeping, for safety. Basically, that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut a lot of florals. We're going to place a lot of greenery. We're going to get things cooking. There's a flower that came off. That's a-okay. Then we got our grapevine wreath. This is your average 18, I believe. Yes, 18-inch grapevine wreath. You can get these anywhere, guys. These are your standard grapevine wreaths. I like to pick ones that have a lot of personality to them. If you see, you can see it's got a lot of bigger bigger vines in it. It's got some extra pieces here that I like to see the detail of it wrapped together. And then also for this particular wreath, because of the size of the cross that I'm going to put on here, it's going to be basically on the wreath about like that. I chose a wreath that's sort of a little weird. It's a little misshapen, but it's also a little oval. It's not necessarily a perfect circle. I like to get the ones that are just a little bit odd. You know, they just have a little bit, it's a little bit something weird to them. But I also like this as a longer piece where I'm going to put all my florals, and then the crossover here will have its own little set. And then you're still going to see a lot of the wreath itself to show. I like to use it. When I'm using a grapevine wreath, I like to be able to see it. Part of the appeal of the grapevine is because it's so pretty on its own. I don't really want to cover the whole thing up. So let me clear this off a little bit. Thank you guys so much. My Facebook page has grown a little bit. You guys shared a lot of my video. I had a lot of people watching that previous live. It was really nice. Let me pull this down for you guys. So thank you all for the support. Thank you for your shares, your likes, your comments. I am having a blast with you guys. And of course, my end goal is I want to be able to do this for you guys full time. So we'll keep on keeping on. Everything so far is great. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching the playback of the live. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Leave your comments, and I'll get back to you, and we'll see what we can come up with together too. I have a few YouTube videos planned also just for YouTube, and of course all my Facebook guys, you're going to see those too. I'm going to post those on the page so you'll see them. Right now I'm just working on getting this tag off. The grapevine wreaths always have these little metal tags on them that, there we go. Just have to spread it out with some pliers just to get it off. I mean, they put them on with this weird metal hook, like it needs to, it's just odd, like it was going to escape or something. So we'll see how that goes. So I got that off. 18-inch grapevine wreath. They're about $5 everywhere you go. You can get them on sale a lot. Certain times at Hobby Lobby, they'll be on sale. But it's your average standard grapevine wreath. Okay. So the cross itself, I got at Hobby Lobby. They have a wonderful aisle of decorative crosses, and sometimes they're on sale, sometimes they're not. This particular this one was not on sale when I purchased it, but I did use my 40% off coupon for it. And so I was able to get it from $14.99 down to $8.99. So $9 for this beautiful piece. This is a very good size. If you guys see the thickness on it here, this wood is solid. It's not hollow by any means. It's really good construction. And I like the detail in it. I like the different lengths and widths of the wood. I also like that it's a bit rusticy. It's almost a little masculine, which is actually going to be perfect for the contrast in all these pretty feminine flowers that we're going to add to it. Okay. So I'm going to place that on the wreath, that self. And then here are my ribbon selections, guys. Here's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with the pinks. I've got burlap pink. Burlap with a pink stripe. And this is more on the fuchsia side. So this is a bright pink here in the middle. And then this is this was a Michaels purchase last year during their spring and summer. I got this at Michaels. They had turquoise, yellow, brown. I'm trying to see what all I bought. Turquoise, yellow, pink. I have those. I'm looking at my stash over there. I got a couple rolls of the pink. I bought two, not knowing I'd already bought one, but I think it's because it went on some kind of crazy good sale. Yeah, I wrote down that I bought this for $3.99, but I'm pretty sure that was not the regular price of it. And it's 25 feet, which is a good size roll for Michaels. Michaels has been getting some good sized rolls in for their smaller rolls, so that's pretty good. So there's that one from Michaels. Then this is a Hobby Lobby purchase from maybe more than a year ago. This is their more expensive ribbon. It's 15 feet. So it's not very much. It's normally $12.99, but I believe I got this because it was on sale. Now, if you guys were watching my previous video, my previous live, you saw me use something of the same brand. It was the green, it's like a green plaid ribbon. That's the same brand, and this is a tapestry type ribbon. It's very nice ribbon. It's a good quality. It's very thick fabric, so that's why I say it's like tapestry type ribbon. So it's worth it. It's a decent price for this beautiful stuff. But that green ribbon I got a smoking deal on. I got it on clearance for $3.40. So this one I bought for 50% off. I got it for $6.49 for the 15 feet. It's a little on the pricey side, but it's really worth it, guys. If you can see some of the detail on it here, it is a very thick fabric. It's very pretty. And this has got a lot of the fuchsia pink, but then it also has a little bit of blue and a little bit of pastel yellow in it. That goes really well with the fuchsia ribbon. And then also with our selection of pink flowers. This is going to give a lot of spring. When you put green with these, it makes it just really, really pop. So this is going more for our spring. And then I thought because we have a little bit of pale yellow in there, so my 1.5 ribbon, I chose one of my old rolls. This is also Hobby Lobby I got back in the day. It's 30 feet on this guy. It's wire edged ribbon, but it's a very sheer pastel yellow. So I thought we're going to go with this. We got a lot of pink here. I'm going to pull a little bit of this pastel yellow out of this ribbon, and we're going to add just enough in it to get it really springy, kind of Eastery, but really springy. And we're going to pull those three together in a handmade bow. That's normally my MO for a lot of these wreaths and a lot of arrangements. I just like to do handmade bows. I have a pro bow, and I'm still going to get to that, you guys, and show you guys maybe a versus video, a pro bow versus a hand bow video. That will be a YouTube video for you guys in the future. I'm getting around to that, you guys. I promise you, you're going to see more stuff regularly. This weekend's the first weekend I've done 4 lives now, so you guys have been around me a lot. I'm tired. You guys sick of me yet? Are you guys getting tired of me yet? Let's see what we got up here. Hi, Ann. Hi, Donna. Let's see. Patricia. Yep, we're back. Glad to be back with you. Watching the Super Bowl commercials and you too. Okay, Lita, so you got us both going. Super Bowl and Super Bowl. Football, Super Bowl of crafts as well. Welcome back, Bonnie, as well. Thank you. Had time to go eat. Yeah, had a little bite to eat, so I'm good to go. And Bobby, love the coral flowers. Yeah, I think that the coral flowers are going to look really great with the pink. It's just added just a little bit of almost orange. It's perfect. It's going to be gorgeous. The basket was beautiful. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate that. And Carol, yes, you love the cross. I love this cross too. I love the layers in it. I just love the layers. It makes it just gives it so much more of a statement. It's very, very nice. Ad for Hobby Lobby this week says Valentine's, Spring, and Easter 40% off. Oh, cool. And trays will be on sale starting on Monday. Irene, not sick of you. You're inspiring. Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. I appreciate that. So I'm going to take my sticker off the back of here, and I'm going to get my regular, you guys have seen attaching signs. It's like the regular process of attaching a sign onto a wreath. We're going to treat this as a sign. It's made of wood, so we're going to be able to staple in it. You can see the construction here. They've used a nail gun to keep this together. So this thing's definitely not coming apart. This thing was put together really nicely. So I'm going to grab my staple gun real quick. You guys have seen my little mini staple gun. Got this at Sears many, many moons ago. What I want to do is I want to line this up to see exactly where I plan to place it. It's going to kind of come in. And the thing is I'm going to put this on the wreath first because this is my most important piece. So normally I don't put signs on a wreath until I've already done most of my florals, or if it's a mesh wreath, you do most of that first. But I'm going to put my cross on first because I want this to be the focal point. So I want to actually make sure while I'm putting on the flowers and the bow that I'm not overpowering it, because I want this to be our main event. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on first and check my placement and make sure that I have, basically I need to make sure I have pieces where they need to go so that I can feed the pipe cleaners through it. So I got my hand in a place basically where I kind of guesstimated that I'm going to need to put a pipe cleaner. Okay, so basically right underneath the piece where you hang it on the wall, I'm going to lay it flat, and then I'm just going to put 2 staples from the staple gun on that pipe cleaner. And since this is a really nice wood, the pipe cleaner is held down very securely. If you can see that in there, my staple gun went in really well. Pop those down real tight too. I mean, that's not coming out. Just as a precaution, I always put hot glue over the staples. Now, we don't need to put a lot in this instance because this pipe cleaner is not going anywhere. I've had instances where the pipe cleaner is still loose depending on the sign you're using. Sometimes the sign isn't really a good quality, or it's particle wood, or it's just really dense and your staple doesn't go through it very easily. You'll have a really loose pipe cleaner and then you have to glue it because your glue will actually be what's holding it on better than the staple itself. So that's what I got here, guys. You can just see I put glue over the staples. And then what I need to do is, for my second one, let me see how I had this on before at the top. Okay, that goes up there. And I believe this one is going to need to go more down towards the bottom here. Okay. So I'm just I was finding placement with my hand, the back of my hand. And we're just going to do the same thing down here all the way at the bottom. I chose the beige pipe cleaner. It's the same, almost the same color as the cross. You are going to see it on the back of the wreath, but that's not a problem. I cover my goodies with greenery and leaves and things, so you don't really see the behind the scenes part. It's not the stuff anyone's really intended to see. That's just for us creative folks. So, done with the staple gun. We only needed it for the pipe cleaners, and we're done with that. So, I'm waiting for that glue to set a little bit. I think it's fine down here. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in first. I think I already told you guys. I wanted to make sure this becomes our main event. So you want to place it on to make sure that you're not basically covering up too much of what you want as your focal point. And I definitely want this guy to be my main piece. I want your eyes to be drawn to it, and I want you to enjoy the beauty in the cross. So all I'm doing is also finding placement through the grapevine, and I'm just feeding, if you can see here, you guys could watch, I'm feeding the pipe cleaner through the easiest portions of the grapevine wreath so that you can get your goodies right where you want them. Okay, so there's that one down there. You can kind of preliminarily just put like a quick little twist on that, but don't do it too tight because we still have to put the bottom. That's just to kind of hold it. And then so now down here, this one went through a-okay that side. So I'm going to feed it through. Is that going to work out right there? You'll find easier places and readjust things, and then you'll find they'll find their home somewhere, and then everything will be great. There we go. Okay, and then this, hold your piece up in front, and that's perfect. That looks absolutely perfect. You see that, guys? So we're going to hang our wreath this way. I still get the length and the odd shape down here at the bottom, and I'm basically going to be putting a bunch of florals, probably almost to a lot top here, and then kind of have them come down and taper down to a point here. And then I've never decided where I want to put the bow. I think I might just put the bow top left and then have florals coming out above and below it. I think that sounds kind of good. We'll see. I'm just going to start off with greenery first. Let's see. Ann Fowler, love your makeup. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I call it my war paint. It's just that every morning stuff. And actually, it's been a long day. It's been a long day of crafting, and I went out and had run more errands this morning. Got up real early after a long night of editing, and then I had a software issue with my other video, so I had done a lot of work, and then I had an error, and I lost it all, and I had to start over. That's okay. Got my husband looking into a nice new program that I'm going to end up spending a little bit of money on so that I can get better edited videos on my YouTube page for you guys. I want to make them look fancy, maybe get some text in there, probably put some supply lists on the screen, stuff like that. Things that'll make it a lot easier and entertaining to watch. Okay, so I cut those longer pieces off. The grapevine wreaths, they shed like crazy. There's absolute no way to keep them nice and organized. I'm going to have to move this down here, guys, because I can't see your comments. So let's see, what have I done? Did I just shut it off? There we go. Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's see, what am I missing here? Missed the first round of Super Bowl crafting. Glad I made it for round 2. Yes, Yolanda, round 1 is actually, you can catch the replay on YouTube or on Facebook probably right now. Or whenever, you know, at your leisure, whenever you get a chance, you can always watch that basket wreath back. And then I will have it on my YouTube page with still pictures at the end so you can see it in its beautiful lighted glory on a wall. And then actually, you guys, what I did was after I took pictures of it just now on our little break, I propped that basket up in my entry hall. Kind of, I have like a little niche when you first walk into my front door. I have like a little small foyer. I have a niche in there with a window, with a mirror, and I just kind of propped it up in the corner of it, and it looks gorgeous. So you don't even have to hang them on doors or walls. You can actually lean them up against it, and it looks great. So they're super, super versatile. Good eye. Got to eat now, ready for round 2. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, me too. Ready for round 2, guys. We are ready for round 2. So I'm going to secure this more towards the back, and I'm just going to twist this. After I twisted all these goodies onto themselves, I'm going to pull it under and wrap it around one more time, and then kind of curl it in on itself. And then I'm going to throw some hot glue over it. And don't worry about what it looks like, because we are going to cover this with leaves when we're finished. There are going to be some things popping through that may not look too nice. We are going to get all of that taken care of at the very end. Because you want to wait till the end to start covering things up. Just because you never know what might come up in the meantime. Or you may have to take something apart and change it. And if you've already kind of, you know, glued everything together on the back, it's going to be even more difficult to try to start it or fix it. Or take it out, rip it apart, you name it. So again, I'm just throwing glue all over that there. Gravity is we're using gravity to our benefit, and it's all the glue is kind of seeping in there and touching all the other parts that we want it to adhere to the grapevine wreath. Kyle, do you spray any of your wreaths? Do I spray them? I'm not sure what you mean. Do I spray them with what? Let me know what you mean by that. Well, with your husband being in computers, he should be a great resource for software research. Oh, yes, Darlene. Yeah, he's on top of it already for me, and I'm pretty sure we're going to buy Adobe Premiere Pro. So I think it's a monthly subscription, or we're just going to get Premiere to start out. But yeah, he's already shown me a few things on it. So yeah, definitely. He's ahead of me. Deborah, hey girlfriend. Round 2, that's right. Del, my husband is watching the game. I'm watching you. I'm having more fun. Well, depending on the team you're going for, if they're winning or losing, right? I guess, yeah, we're having more fun. I'm going to have more fun no matter what. I'm just not a football person. And even like I played sports in high school and middle school. I played soccer. I was a soccer kid, and then I blew out my knees. But I was soccer all the way. I just didn't enjoy watching games. I like to play them, and I like to root for my own home team, but something about it. I mean, I went to my high school football games because it was like an alma mater, you know, a lot of pride in it. But I guess growing up here in Las Vegas, because we never had any kind of pro team, there was like no loyalty to anything. So it's just something that never happened. And of course, I enjoyed nachos. I enjoyed, you know, going to hockey games and baseball games just for the feeling and the fun of it. But I'm just not a big football person. Just never have been. And I'm not saying, I have friends that are crazy football fans that have like, you know, I used to have a friend and a neighbor that would wear specific clothing at certain times, and don't come over at this time if the game is on. And, you know, if you come over and then the team starts losing, you have to leave, you know. I've been friends with people like that too. I'm not saying like just because I'm not a football person. It takes all kinds to make this world go around, right, guys? It's all good. Kyle, so the spray you're talking about is for our doors, like to keep their colors. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. Is there like some kind of spray that keeps colors vibrant, or it keeps them from fading? I don't know. I don't spray my wreaths with anything, so if that helps you, I don't spray my wreaths at all. Oh, Linda. Okay, so it's for sealing. Do I seal them? No, I don't seal any of my wreaths. I actually usually hang most of them inside. So a lot of the times, like especially since this is a wood piece, I wouldn't put it outside if it's going to get wet. But no, I don't spray things and seal them. I never have. I know it can get really hot here in Las Vegas. We don't really have a moisture issue or a rain issue, but the heat out here can be a big contributing factor. And the sun can fade some flowers. Depends on the quality of the ones that you've purchased. But no, I haven't sprayed anything. I don't do any of that. I rotate my wreaths out pretty often, so they get the ones that I do put outside. They get a good rotation to where I'm not really worried too much about color fading. The worst thing I'd be always worried about is if, you know, bugs or birds are going to try to live in them. That's about the only thing I would worry about. Don't want any spiders crawling and stuff. Jan, you're explaining all of the good foods you're eating because that sounds kind of amazing. All that stuff you just said makes me hungry. Let's see. I love college football more than NFL. So you're more of a college ball than a professional. You guys, I'm just clipping these ficus leaves off into more manageable pieces. I'm leaving them on the thicker stick, though, so that I can use that and place them into the wreath because it's stronger. If I cut them off smaller, I mean, it's really going to be an issue to get that in. So I'm leaving that top piece that big. We're going to need a lot of, we're going to have a lot of background. It's going to be a lot of background on this. So let's just keep things moving. I'm going to cut off more ficus. I'm putting all the greenery on first, you guys. You'll see that. I'm going to do a base greenery. Okay, wow, I won. I'm going to do a base of greenery. And then after that, that's a lot closer than that is. What I'll do is I might start to add just a few flowers. And then we'll go from there and see... see, I'm turning these into little picks. So this is going to come out this way. This one's going to come out this way. I'm just basically turning this larger bush into a bunch of picks. Smaller picks, more manageable. So what was I saying? I'm going to put the greenery on, you guys. And then I'm going to add flowers. Only partially. And then at some point I will see when I need to stop. And we'll work on that beautiful bow that we're going to put in there. I think I'm going to leave this way. It could go really good on the outside of the wreath. Let's see how much of this do I want to cut apart. Yeah, let's just use the whole thing. With greenery, I honestly don't think there's a way to go wrong. And then actually when the wreath starts to get really full, it just looks really pretty when it's got a lot of good greens on it. So that's how I do it. We're gonna do that way. I might have to cut some more of these down shorter, but cutting them right above where the leaf is that I want to use, just to turn them into picks. So if you see here, like this piece was connected up here, or it was connected here, vice versa, however that was. And then I cut them apart and it turns it into two picks. So you can always take your one larger piece, and it does not have to stay this size or this way. You don't have to bend it. And you can just cut it into all these extra little pieces that we have here. And that's going to be a lot of our filler. So we're going to place that in there first. And then next I'm going to get some of these ready to go. This stuff actually comes apart really easily. And this greenery stuff is out at Michael's right now in abundance. They have a lot of their ferns and eucalyptus. They have just a lot of bright greens, dark greens. They have some Dusty Millers. If you guys know what those are like really soft and velvety, kind of on the gray, light gray, white side. They're really pretty greenery stuff out right now for their spring. So these guys pull apart real easy. Kind of pull it down off the paper a little bit and then clip it off. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave these the way they are with their length. I like the way that they kind of look a little fluffy. I like the movement also. A lot of times the wreath, I like my wreaths to have a little bit of movement just to show the variety of the greenery you're putting in it, if that makes sense, you guys. Let me know if I'm not making sense, because sometimes what, you know, everyone knows what's going on in my mind definitely ain't what's going on in other people's mind. All right, that's probably enough for now on this guy. And you can see here that this thing's definitely coming apart after I pulled all those out. So worst case scenario, if it starts to unravel too much for you for storage, you can wrap floral tape around that, or just regular packing tape, scotch tape, just to keep your bushes kind of close together. So I got two kinds of greenery. We're going to start with that first. And then we'll start chopping up flowers, and we'll put some flowers in a sec. So what I want to do is I kind of just want to get a feel. Let me push this over so you guys can see more of my workspace. Just going to start placing these guys on here. Let me see. If I was to put this up this way, would you guys still be able to see it? Because I have a pretty awesome... let me show you my new purchase. You guys can get these at Michael's. Actually, right now, I only got it about a week ago. It's a tabletop easel, so that you'd use it for, and it comes in this little travel bag. You can use them for, it's for painters, for canvases, but I'll show you. It's a little tiny tabletop easel. And I opened it in the store to make sure that this would work with the normal size grapevine wreaths that I normally do. So you put your little bag somewhere else. And then I'll show you this, guys. Put my wreath over. So the easel opens up very easy. You just pull it out here. And then this piece comes out like this. So you see the easel part here. And then these little branches come up and come up. And you can, I mean, that's as far as, I mean, they'll go all the way straight up if you want. But I like to put them out like this. And then check this out. Isn't that awesome? Can you guys see that very well? So that's basically a tabletop easel for canvases and painters. And I was like, you know, it'll hold a grapevine wreath. And if that's basically the meat and potatoes of your business or your hobby and your passion, this works awesome. Because I don't really like to work things on a door. I had a bigger painter's easel in here, but it was way too flimsy, and some of the other easels were way too expensive. I believe that this was $20 full, you know, regular price $20, but it was on sale when I purchased it. So you can also use your Michael's coupons on this. So this little foldable easel, you see that, guys? Makes a really good project. So I used it to make that Valentine's wreath that you guys saw on my Facebook page. A couple of you guys asked for a tutorial on it, but I'd already made it. And it made things so much easier. I just don't know if you guys have a really good shot of what I'm doing if I start placing things in. Do you guys think you want me to continue using this? I'll wait to see. I got some hearts here, so you guys liking it? Oh my gosh. My husband's back. He went out to run some errands, and he brought me flowers.
These are real flowers.
Well, yeah, they're real flowers, but look at that, you guys.
Happy Super Bowl crafting.
Happy Super Bowl crafting. You guys hear that?
Okay.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Aw.
Have fun. And I put that together myself.
Yes, I know. I can tell you arranged it. It's gorgeous.
I know, I'm awesome.
Wow. Look, I got lilies down here. Gerber daisies. Wow. All right, guys. He just won some major brownie points with that. Jeez. For a minute, I thought he was opening the door because something happened with the dogs. Oh my gosh. Move that. Aw. He's embarrassing me. Embarrassing me. Jeez. Aw, he's a keeper. Yeah, we've been together for 13 years. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I've been a little stressed today, guys. Just a little stressed. This is kind of a lot to do in one weekend, but I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it, and I like every single one of you guys. I have a wooden one. Oh, Roseanne, you have a wooden easel, tabletop easel? Perfect. Like the easel. Yes, you can see. Awesome idea. Okay, good. Love it, love it. Give it a try. Okay. Yes, it's working well. Okay, guys, I'll keep working. I'm going to start working on it. I'll place all my greenery, and we'll see at that point, before I put flowers on, if you guys are still good with the view. so that I can tell. Because otherwise, I mean, I'm working flat. I don't know that working flat would be any different than the way I was before. So this at least shows you a little bit more. At least it's standing up, right? And somehow my app closed on my tablet while I was reading your post. So 5 seconds. And see, if I test it out and I just kind of place some greenery on here. I think you guys, yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing pretty good. Okay. Embarrasses me. Husband. Do you use picks? Trisha Green, what do you mean by picks? I don't know what you mean by picks. I use a lot of stems and a lot of bushes, and I turn them into picks because a lot of times, sometimes the picks. So tell me if I'm making sense, Trisha. If I use picks, they are already pre-made and they're smaller, and you end up spending a little bit more money. So if you can get the bigger bush of the exact same flower or the exact same greenery, and then you can cut it into smaller pieces, you've saved money, and it's more obviously cost effective because it saves money. And then you're able to put a lot more into your project if budget is a concern. So, I mean, at some point, budget's always a concern because you don't want to go crazy on buying supplies to put into a piece. Like the view for the wreath. Love working with my easel. Wire picks. Wire picks. Wire picks. I'm still lost here. I don't know what you mean. I'm so sorry. Cindy, yes, the easel is from Michael's. I just bought it about a week ago. They had a whole bunch of their art stuff at the front of the store, and I thought it looked pretty nifty, so I grabbed it. It's a tabletop easel, and they had all their art stuff and their canvases up front for their canvassing, and all their painters and all the paint crafters and stuff were out and about. So yeah, and I got it there, and I've used it so far for 2 wreaths. Now this is my third wreath, and I absolutely loved it. You know, it holds my project close to me. I can't work on a wall or a door just because I drop so much stuff, and I don't want to ruin my carpet or the paint and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with the ficus first, because the ficus is basically filler. The ficus bushes and branches are only here. Let's see, slow charging. What's it doing? Okay. I'm basically only going to use the ficus to hold places or to just give me the greenery that I'm looking for. It doesn't really, I'm going to actually kind of pull that around like that. Yes, I'm happy with that. I don't really need it as a focal point. This is my filler. This is to just have things kind of, there we go, kind of fall into place. Gives me some filler. So I'm thinking, actually now I might have to move those. They went in really well though. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put my bow right up here, you guys, and then I'll have flowers coming this way and flowers coming this way. So in that instance, since this design is going to have 2 directions, I'm not going to pick one pattern and go clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm going to, well, actually, I'll leave that one there where I had it. What I'm going to do is have things come up and down. So depending on where your bow placement lands, we are going to place things coming in the direction of going up the wreath and in the direction of going down the wreath. Yeah, this stuff, that'll work out right, because we'll put our bow right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to start putting some hot glue on the ends of these pieces. So I don't know if you can see behind here. You can't because the wreath's in the way. I'm just dipping the pieces ends into my glue skillet and then placing it back down into the wreath. And then let me see if this guy will even, if this works the way I want it to. That's kind of not, that's more for an inside piece down here, I think. Yeah. Let's see what I have here. Yeah, that one will go. Yeah, okay. Just kind of filling out with the pieces I have here, guys, just to see which way and how, and that and the other, this, that, and the other, and how I want things to kind of sit in their final place. I only glued one in. I want some other pieces that I want them to be a little specific on the top. Remember, a lot of this is going to get covered up anyways. The ficus leaves are just there to just kind of be helpers. They're only here to help. And I don't like the way that's sticking up. It's sticking up way too high. I don't want that to come out. I don't want that to stick up that far. Yeah, some of this process, you guys, is just me finding placement and then being happy with that placement. So sometimes that's where the length of the videos comes from, is finding a norm and sticking with it. Now see there, I found something I like, finally. All right, this piece I'm going to glue back in here. I'm just going to put these other pieces in real quick, guys. So I might be just a little bit, you're just going to hear my thought process. Stuck my finger in the glue a little bit. What do we got going on? It's better to work with an easel. Yes. Okay, good, Roseanne. I agree. Amy, this is an 18-inch, not 16. This is an 18-inch grapevine. Oh, green picks, Bobby. Green picks instead of a pick machine. No, I used the pick machine. I just used the pick machine in my last video. It was my first time ever. It was so exciting. And I had so much fun. I hadn't used it yet. That was just awesome. But this particular time, I've left the thicker portion of these on to where I don't have to use the steel machine. I don't like to also use it. The other thing, I had a foam block and I made an arrangement inside the basket. With grapevine, the steel picks can poke through, and I don't want that sticking out the back of the wreath. I don't want to cut someone, scratch the door, scratch anything like that. So I don't believe that I would be I'd be one of the people that are going to use it on a grapevine. I haven't seen many people do it yet. So I don't believe that I have. I've been making grapevine wreaths for a while now, and I only just got a steel pick machine for Christmas. So I'm just going to continue on with what I've been doing as far as the grapevines are concerned. If it's on a more delicate stem, I probably just won't put it in the piece. Only because then, you know, you lose that, you lose the strength that you need in order to push it into the grapevine, if that's what you guys are, if that's what you mean. I mean, these stems still end up somewhat poking through the back and through the grapevine itself a lot. Sometimes you'll see these poking through the back. And then in those instances, what I do is, again, at the end, once we've already put everything on the wreath, if they're sticking out a lot, then I'll use my wire cutters and I'll cut off the really big pieces that are kind of cumbersome and, you know, being a little hard to work with. And then at that point, after, I'm going to move this towards me just a little bit, you guys. I need to, yeah, that's good. I'll cut them off, and then if they're just not long enough, but they're poking through, you can see the end of the stem and you can see the hot glue on it. Then what I end up doing is just covering it with leaves off of the other parts. Like this stuff that comes off of your stems, like I'll glue that to the back so that you can't see any pipe cleaners, you can't see any stems poking through. Stuff like that doesn't, so it doesn't, it's not detrimental to your design. It's only, I mean, I know it's the back of the piece, but I like to make the backs look just as pretty as the front. You know, relatively speaking, you know, the back of it is just as important. Sometimes you need to make sure that you've got things properly. You got things in their proper places. And see, that's the wrong direction. That has to go, that really needs to go this direction. So let me see if I can kind of place this in here. It keeps kind of twisting on me. All right, I'm gonna have to turn this one into 2 picks because it's really arguing with me, and I need the. There we go. I need this piece to go right here. It's basically exactly what I need to happen. Okay, and then 2 seconds, guys, I'll show you what we're working with. It's just one set of greens. We got another set of green and then flowers to put in here. Let me kind of play with this a little bit. Okay. And remember, this is just our preliminary. This is just the greenery we put in. That's what we're working with so far. So you got greens coming down and greens coming up. Our bow goes in the middle. Put that back on here. I'm going to kind of twist it towards you guys again. That's how we're working with it. Oh God, look at all those hearts. Thank you. That's so awesome. Thank you guys. Metal picks. Yeah, Tricia, metal picks. Maybe she was asking about metal or wooden floral picks. Yeah, I think that's what she was meaning. Brenda, yeah, you're welcome. She teaches and stresses about ensuring nothing going through the scratching anything. Thank you, darling. That's so kind of cool. You guys know me. I love it. I'm not used to this stuff, you guys. Pearl, the cross is beautiful. Where did I okay, I purchased this cross at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. So they still have them in stock. And I actually got 2 different ones yesterday. They're about the same size. These are the larger ones they have. Yesterday, their crosses were, all their decorative crosses were 50% off. So they may be on sale again this week when they open tomorrow, but this particular gal was not on sale, but I did use my 40% off coupon on it. It's considered home decor, and I used my 40%, oh geez, I used my 40% off coupon, so I was able to get it for $8.99. I mean, even on its own, it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. You wouldn't even really need to put it on a wreath. But we're just going to accentuate this, and we're going to make this all out a beautiful spring wreath. Elizabeth, do you make wreaths every day? I don't make them every day, but I do try to. I make them a lot, but I don't do them every day, but I try to. It's either wreaths, arrangements, topiaries, swags, garlands, door hangers, trunks. That would be an arrangement. Lantern swags. I love making all kinds of stuff, guys. I try to. Every day would be awesome. In Alabama, so Trish, you said you don't trust that the glue would melt here in Alabama. It gets to 90 degrees or higher in the summer. Hey, I live in Las Vegas, girl. It gets to over 100. I think our highest summertime was like 117 here. I think it gets hotter in Arizona, parts of Arizona, like 120. I believe ours was like 117, I think, this last year. And I have wreaths outside on my front door that have hot glue on them. I guess the key would be don't put it in direct sun. My front door gets morning sun. And then I'd say probably about almost 11 o'clock noon, the sun is over my house and the wreath is no longer in the sun. It's still very hot all day long here. But I put them outside with that stuff on there, not to worry. You don't really... I haven't had the hot glue actually like remelt and anything fall off. Now, I had like this cute little stuffed animal in my car, and the eyeballs fell off of it because in the car, you know, they always say there's like a huge thing out here in Las Vegas. I don't know if they do that in other states because it gets hot, about leaving animals in your car, about how hot it can get within a certain, you know, just a short amount of time. I wouldn't leave any hot glue in your car, but on my front door, I have never had a wreath come unglued. Like, because the glue got too hot. I haven't had anything slip out. That has not been a problem yet. Now, if anybody else has that, share, let us know, because that sounds kind of interesting and just a little crazy. I would hate to have to come home and see parts of it on the ground or see that it fell apart. It'd be heartbreaking. Heartbreaking, absolutely. Because, you know, if you got it as a gift from someone, or just sentimental value, or it's just something really pretty, or you put a lot of time and effort into making something, and then all of a sudden it came unglued because it was so hot outside, that would be so sad. Okay, guys, I'm only putting 4 of these pieces in, so 2 going up and 2 going down. Then I'm going to cut a few flowers, place those in, and then we'll get onto that bow real quick. So you guys will see here, I always place greenery on first. The greenery is the base. It's what you want to work with. So greenery going down, greenery going up, and our bow will be the focal point here, but we're going to be adding flowers into all this goodness. 2 pieces and 2 pieces. This sticks up a little bit, but I think I can bend it. Yeah, there we go. I just kind of put a little bend in the top here. And now this guy kind of, let me see if I put this down here. I put a little bend in this top piece right here because it was sticking way up like that, and I didn't want it to. So I just kind of bent it, and now it's curling more with the shape of the wreath, if you guys can kind of tell that. That little chestnut. Okay. So let's see. Let's start cutting apart some of these flowers. I have 2 bundles of this pretty coral pink. Let's see. Oh, yes, that's right. These Michael's tulips, you guys, they fall off. You got to glue every single little bud back onto the piece. Super fun. Super, super fun. Let's see which one came off here. And then each flower, got to glue that on. And then after you get the flower on, then you got to glue the bundle back onto the stick, because that comes off too. That's like pre-work, pre-setup work, so that you make sure nothing falls off while you're making it, kind of thing. Okay, 1 down. That's too much work, you guys. What I think I'll do is I'll just get the main pieces glued on, and then if I lose any buds while I'm making it, I'll glue them back on when we're done. There's no need to have you guys watch me glue flowers back onto their stems. It's like numbing, mind numbing. Nobody really wants to see it. Gorilla Glue works the best for what melts. Low melt glue might fall apart. Oh, I don't even know if I have low melt glue. I just, everything I use is high temp. It's, you know, the label says burn your hand off. Yeah, because that's what I do on the regular. No. I believe the temperature says molten hot lava. Yeah, that's basically what I use. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I know sometimes, you know, if you're working like with kids and stuff, there's just no way I would want kids being around this kind of hot glue. And that glue skillet alone, that whole skillet gets so hot, you guys. Don't make the mistake of accidentally touching the outside like it's normal, because I did that as well. Learn from my pain, guys. Learn from my pain. We could have another medical minute, because yesterday I cut myself when I was on my live. When I was making the beach wreath last night. Cut myself. Had to go get a Band-Aid. You guys watched me put a Band-Aid on my fingers. So I said, we're going to have a stop for a little medical minute. So I'm hoping I won't embarrass myself and do anything else like that. But I've seen the best of them burn themselves, guys. I've watched other people on Facebook and YouTube. It's kind of nice because you know we're all real. It happens to all of us. So I'm going to cut these guys off fairly long. Now, every time I cut them off the bush, I'm going to leave them a little bit longer because I really don't know how much length I need in them. I mean, I know these guys, I'm definitely not going to need them that long. This one I'm going to leave on its own. This one I'm going to cut up here. But I want to use a lot of flowers. So I'm just cutting everything off of this pink daisy bush. And then I'm going to pull all of the leaves off because I'm saving those guys. These I don't really find a use for, so I chuck them. Unless you guys have ideas, I throw those away. I only keep the really long stems. So you see, this is what we're working with. We're going to put these in like this, and it's just going to be so pretty. It'll be so pretty. And that's not going to work because of the where that's at. Take the leaf off of this right here, and then you got to cut this little piece off where the leaf was attached. If you guys can see that there. Only because then the stem won't go in. You'll have a hard time putting that in your grapevine. Excuse me. And that piece was already split. So if you find pieces that are split, so I'm just going through right now making sure I have flowers on everything because I know one fell off. I just saw it. What are we doing over here? Love the texture, contrast, and the color of the ferns. Yes, I really like the really bright lime, the limey green part of that fern. It's like so just fresh. It looks very fresh and springy. It's making me very happy. There it is. I found where it came off at, guys. Now, normally I don't go through and test every single flower and then glue every single flower on. I mean, I know from experience that those Michael's tulips need it because I made the tulip wreaths. But if something is loose to begin with and it falls off, the chances are you'll have to glue it on. So that's the only ones I will concentrate and glue back on. But the rest of it, you should be pretty safe. You should be pretty good to go as far as having to glue stuff on. You know, everything should be pretty simple as far as, I mean, it would take a good amount to pull and tug these off. See, that's not loose. But if it's already fallen off once, chances are it'll probably fall off again. So just take a couple seconds and glue that bud back onto the flower, and then you won't have to worry about it later. So I got all of these pink ones. So I only have the one pink, baby powder pink bush, and we are going to use this entire pink powder on this wreath. Okay. And then here I'm going to cut up one of the floral bushes the same way. So I'm going to use one coral and one powder pink. I got the tulips already cut up. So from here, we're just going to cut. And then as I place them in, you guys, I'm probably going to have to cut them a little bit shorter here and there. So let me see what we got going on here. You're too darn funny. I'm too darn funny. It's what happens when you're crafting. It's good to see you deal with these things. Helps us know how to deal with it when it happens. Thank you. That's a great way to explain it. Makes me feel better about it. Makes me feel better about making mistakes. Or sorry. It makes me feel better about having happy accidents. All right, that's all that's left. Save your greenery. And let's start having some floral fun. Oh yes, I got this bush too. Now if you see, this is a little bit different of a bush that I got at Michael's. With these little tiny styrofoam little balls. If you guys see, they're really super teeny. No, where's my camera at? They're really super teeny. And this is a bright fuchsia. I think that the lights in here are causing it to not look, it doesn't look very pink. This is a bright fuchsia. And this also has a lot of even lighter greenery in it too. This is a weird looking bundle. If you see here, they kind of marketed it and put it together with this raffia. Save this, you guys, by the way, because this comes in handy for gifts and presents. And I liked it. Like I did a video, if you guys want to catch it, a YouTube live I did on store-bought, decorating those store-bought candles. You can use this in just like a little loopy form just like that on the front of that candle. Those are really good things to save. So look, after you take it off, it's connected all kinds of funky in there. I guess they wanted it to stay sort of like a bouquet, if that's how you would use it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of extra cutting here and there on this one to get these off. I mean, I've never really... Okay, so I just wanted to see preliminarily. And then that's really pretty. Look at that. I love it. It's really pretty. Okay, guys, if you get these weird bundles, if you've ever seen these weird bundles, you see how they're kind of put together all kind of odd. Cut on each side of those circular pieces. So I'm going to cut over here on this side. And then I'm going to cut on this side of it. Sorry, guys. Ugh. And then, does it come off yet? Keep cutting, keep cutting. And there you go again. It's really pretty. So it just needs a little bit of extra help on each side to get these off. And then those other pieces, we'll see how we'll see what we need to do to manipulate to get more of that off, because some of them have these really big chunky. Oh yeah, look at, once you get those outer pieces off, there's a big piece in the middle there. It's connected. That whole piece is connected. So I may have to just cut them off right there. That's a lot to try to cut through. Let me see if I can cut through it. Oh, Pearl, you keep a bottle of Young Living Lavender Essential Oil in your workspace to put on drop when you get burns. Works like a charm. All right, yep, that worked. I had to basically cut the whole back of it, because I mean that's going to be a little bit too short. I think I'm going to probably need to cut it about right here. So this ugly little plastic knot back there, that's not going to show, but I still need it to be there because I need that length. So this takes a little bit of extra effort to get these off, but it's not impossible. It's doable. Where you get a glue slit at? Susie, what do you mean? A glue, what type of glue? Or where do you get a glue what? I'm not sure what you mean, dear. Yeah, we all do if we work with hot glue. That's right, Beverly. Thank you. Glue skillet on Amazon, Walmart, Hobby Lobby. Yes, Tina, thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, Patty, your next project is a tulip wreath. Yes, so if you got your tulips at Michael's, just check them all before you start, because they will fall off. It's like almost like worth it to just prep and sit there maybe while you're watching TV or put on some music and just start gluing, because when you're working on it and then they're popping off and flying everywhere, it gets a little frustrating. It's not horrible, but it does get frustrating when you just want to make your project. Okay, guys, so I got all my pieces ready to go. I've got these extra little, I'm not sure what they're called, but I love them. And then I've got the coral daisies, the powder pink daisies, and then my leftover tulips, okay? So not going to put all of them in yet because we're still going to put our bow right here. But what we want to do is just start kind of layering down and up. And we'll see how that goes. Actually, do you guys even have a really good view on it? I have a feeling you're looking at a lot of that light. How is everything doing? Can you guys see okay? Just let me know. Thumbs up or hearts. I like getting those. I love the colors you're using. Hello, Whitney. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining. It was a Pearl that knows about the oil. Oh, okay. It was Pearl. Oh, okay. Give her a lot of hearts and thumbs up. Janice, thank you so much. Linda, yes. Okay, so you can see okay. You guys can see all this up here. I have a feeling that my light over here is like crazy washing things out. But if you can see, we'll just keep trucking along. All right, so this guy's a little long. I'm going to cut this off right here. This off right here. See, the best part I learned about, actually, I'll show you guys if I have another piece. Some of these things, when you're going to cut stems apart, do you see all these little marks in them? These are actually weaker points that you can cut them easier with. So if I was to like try to cut in the middle here, so that the plastic's a little thicker, I'm going to have just a little bit more trouble cutting here. But if you're able to get your wire cutters in between these little notches, it makes it super easy. And I learned that from somebody, the same way you guys are watching me, I was watching somebody else a couple years ago. And that's the best way to cut those kinds of things off. Now, not every stem bush has that, unfortunately. But the ones that do, it's super helpful. And it makes things very, very easy, very, very good, and nice and fun and happy. Okay, so that looks good there. Again, find your placement and then keep your eye on it, because a lot of times with grapevine, if you lose it, then you kind of struggle to get it back where you want it to go. Okay, there's that. Some of the glue came off, but we will easily get that off of there. Let it, you know, you're going to get these little spider webs, these little glue strings, and just grab them, and then they'll come apart. If you see here, they'll come apart off your fingers, and you kind of roll them eventually, and then you'll get all the glue off. I have so much glue on my fingernails, you guys, from the earlier live stream and now this one. I'm going to be digging at my fingernails for a little while to get all this off. So just start placing them in where you think they're going to look the best, and then we're going to build on it and build on it from there. There isn't really a wrong way to do this, you guys. It's going to be whatever makes you happy, whatever brings a smile to your face. That's mainly the reason why we do this. You make something that's supposed to help you express your happiness. In this instance, this is expressing our celebration for the Lord and Easter. And that's why it's like, I don't want to, I have lilies, you guys. I might put lilies in it, but I'm thinking I don't want to. I don't want it to be just Easter, because you should be able to leave this up in your home year round, or, you know, if this is too springy or summery for the season change, you can at least leave this up for the majority of the summer, spring and summer, you know, and then when September, October rolls around, you can bring your fall stuff out. But the purpose of this is to give you a bright, fresh, and airy feel to a very pretty religious piece, a religious expression. I'm using the bigger pieces, guys. These are just the bigger pieces that I left together. And then I have a lot of smaller pieces here. They're just single flowers. I'll use those separately, but like the ones that I left two of, I'm just going to kind of grab those and kind of place those along here and there, just to get that stuff placed on the wreath and off of the work table. And then we'll do the bow, and then that will give us more filler, and we'll see exactly where we need to put the small ones, the small pieces. All right, so now I need to keep an eye on where this has to go. All right, right there. And I'm right-handed, but we'll see how I can get that right there. Perfect. Okay. There we go. And remember, if you start to lose your fern and your greenery, you can always just add a little bit more. When we start to add this guy, do you see this has a lot of the good greeneries? This has its own little pieces of faux fern on it. We're not going to lose too much of the colors we're looking for. Carrie, love the colors you're using. Thank you. I love them too. Sharon, enjoying the live, but I'm also trying to watch Justin Timberlake at halftime. LOL. Yeah, this is my full attention returns to our lovely Whitney. Thank you, Sharon. Hey, man. I understand. Justin Timberlake's a pretty talented guy. I think he came out with a new album this year, but I completely forgot that he was going to perform. A lot of people just say, hey, I'm going to hang out at halftime just to see the performance. Yeah, that's really great right there. No problem, guys. I've had people with their I've put on a Facebook Live in my kitchen while I'm cooking, and just so I can listen to it, and then I've stopped and watched to see things. So multitask, guy. Multitask as much as you need. I will definitely still be here, and then of course you can always catch the replay, or support my YouTube channel and go take a peek over at YouTube and help me get those likes and subscribers over there. Just adding my first set of tulips into this wreath here. Let me see. Yes, that's great. That's looking good. That's looking good. I'm getting a lot of greenery. It's kind of densely packing in here because we're kind of setting things on top of it. But I'm just going to put a couple of these down here because our bow is not going to cover any of this. So I'm going to get some of these tulips just to poke through a little bit. Yes. Yes, it's looking gorgeous. It's looking gorgeous. Okay, so let me put some stuff up here at the top. I'm kind of neglecting the top of this girl. Just kind of about finding the best place to kind of work your stem into the grapevine without having to force it too much. I mean, half of what working with a grapevine is forcing the flowers into it. And the best part about this easel is that since it's that metal, the glue comes right off of it. If it was wooden, it would stick to it a little bit more. Oh, so Tina, your husband's DVRing the halftime show for you, so you can watch it. Yeah, that's good. I'm sure all of the best parts of it are going to be on Facebook tomorrow, guys. All the news sites are going to have everybody updated, so you're not going to miss anything. I mean, yeah, you won't get to see it live, but technically it's not really live. It's all on a delay. We can thank Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson for that, you guys, right? How many years ago? I was telling you guys yesterday on my Facebook Live last night, that's the last time I watched a Super Bowl was when it was the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake incident. How is the easel working for you? I am really liking it. Yeah, Brenda, I love this easel. I really do. It was only $20, and it is perfect for the normal size wreath. I mean, this is an 18-inch wreath. I don't know if a 24-inch wreath would work out too well on this easel, but this easel is making things so much easier. It's really helping with a lot of the problem of laying flat. When things are laying flat, it's kind of hard to see the different angles without picking it up and moving it too much. And again, like I said before, guys, I don't like working with things on walls or doors because I will get glue on the floor. I don't want to ruin my carpet. I'll get glue on my shoes. It's good that I work over a surface. So, I mean, yeah, I'll cover this whole thing with glue. And that's fine. It's just I need to be a little bit careful so that I don't really glue up my floor or my carpet. So that's why I don't do it like that over a floor. Maybe if I worked in a garage or maybe more of an industrial setting with like a real flower shop, something like that. But I'm in my room. I'm in a room in my home. Still need to keep it a little nice, you know, just for that whole resale. I might move pretty soon. You never know. You never know. I use needle nose pliers to pry open just a little bit to get the stems in. Deborah, yes, I've done that too. If I have been determined that I want to place a flower right here, but the grapevine says no, I will win. And I've done the exact same thing. You get those pliers in there, turn them sideways, kind of like putting a key on a key ring, and then you win. I was like, I win. I win. Don't test me. Don't test me. I win. All right, guys, I'm cutting just a few of these guys off here, and I'm going to try to place them in and just see if it's... Yeah, these guys, this is great. This little bundle, I was on the fence about buying this guy right here, and these are just so pretty. And this is part of Michael's all their new spring goodies. So... you guys get in there and snatch them up because they got all kinds of colors. They even have a really pretty bright red, which would be good to save and use for 4th of July coming up. Any kind of patriotic stuff you guys want to do for the holidays. grab this guy in red because they got red there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. A few of these here. All right, guys, next I'm going to do the bow. What do we got here? Oh, I love Poppy and the Branch. Is that what this is? Is it poppies? It's not poppies. Are these poppies? Are these poppies? They're not daisies? I thought poppies are red. Well, I mean, I guess it could be any color. It's an artificial bush, right? Last time I watched the Super Bowl, I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and Paul McCartney performed for... Paul McCartney. Can't type. No problem. No problem, Del. Good job, Justin. Here you go, girl mess. I made a pot of chili today, and on this cold day in Ohio. Told Hubby I loved him, but I would be spending the day with Whitney. That's right. Well, you made him a pot of chili, so that's kind of awesome of you. And it actually sounds quite delicious. I love having warm food when it's kind of cold out, and it just, you know, gets all the right comforting, all the right comforts in all the right places, especially if it's really freezing cold where you are. It's like the best part. All right, so we're going to place that guy. Sorry, guys, I turned it a little bit more towards me. I just want to place this one piece in, and then I'm going to turn it right back over, and we're going to make this bow. Okay, so here's where we're sitting pretty right now. Let me hold this up for you better. So this is where we're sitting right now. Maybe if I can get it closer to a blank space on the wall. This is what we got now so far. So you see, we have the cross is still a very big focal point. This is not going to be covered. I want it to be right there and say, look how, you know, this is basically the meat and potatoes. I want you to be drawn to the real pretty rustic wood of that cross. So we're going to make our bow here, and then we're going to add more florals. So that's where we're sitting at the moment. I'm going to kind of push this out of the way just a little bit, guys, and then we're going to start cutting our ribbon over here. I'm going to try to, you know, the only bad thing about it is while you're working on it, I mean, it's almost, well, it is not, it's not almost, it is impossible to keep a clean workstation. And I have a neatness gene in me that I can't ignore. Plus, I don't want to get this all over my ribbon. Okay, guys, so our ribbon selection. We are going to do a couple loopies, a couple pretty loops. So I'm just going to get all of my ribbon open. I like to kind of open things up. And then I always start my my dovetail on the open end. That's just something I've always done. I don't wait. I got ribbon scissors. I don't wait till the end. I only do that on the other pieces. Excuse me. It also gives you a better idea on where to pinch to make your tail. It's a lot easier if it's already dovetailed on that end, so you have a good idea of how long you want to make your tail. Because you can already visualize it because you've already put a dovetail end on that piece of the ribbon. If that makes sense, guys. I know sometimes it doesn't make sense, but that's okay. There's a method to everyone's madness at some point. Yeah. Let's see what we got going here. Wonder if you can order flowers from Michael's online. You know, I think I've looked at it, but I was trying to order hydrangeas once because I was making one of those hydrangea hangers, and I needed yellow ones. And I think you can, but it's very limited, and I was only able to order them in like a 12 pack, and I needed like 13. So I just had to go around to like 2 or 3 stores in the city to get it. I'm not sure. If anybody else does, let us know. Type in the comments, guys. Let us know. Excuse me. Very nice already. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Sharon. You love it. Joanne says, so pretty. Bonnie says, stunning. Thanks, guys. Oh, Patty. So you mean Poppy and Branch from Trolls? Oh, that's the movie Justin Timberlake did the music for. I got you. See, just need a little bit more help, you guys. The wheels turn up here. I promise they do. Oh, very nice. You can order online from Michael's, and oh, Tina does it all the time, guys. So that's cool. That's cool. Tina orders from Michael's all the time. Okay, guys. Here we go. We're gonna start this bow. So I'm gonna stick with the tan-colored, beige-colored pipe cleaner I already used on the back of the cross. Again, it won't matter because the back's going to be covered with leaves when we're done. So I just got one ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I have my piece here. You can see the cross. And here's my empty spot right here where my hand is, right? So I just want to try to, if I can bring it closer without crowding. There we go. So what I do here is I'm just going to guess and say, hey, I want my tail this long. But you can always take your piece and kind of adjust to see, okay, do I want this to come out this far here? Yes, that's fine. You can always take what you've made and kind of eyeball it on your piece while you're making it if you have it in front of you. Or if that makes things easier, then go for it, guys. I love, if you guys have watched me and you've seen my other projects, I absolutely love making these, what I call lazy bows or sloppy bows, or I just think that they're super kind of classy, a little bit delicate, but then also kind of maybe a little rough and farmhousey, but I want them to look relaxed and just like pure country or springy. I don't really want to have, most of the time, most of the pieces I make, I don't really have those big, fluffy, fancy bows. Now, I have a pro bow, and I will make some, and they look really beautiful on presents and on different Christmas items. But a lot of the stuff I make is more, you're supposed to get a really good, relaxed feel from it. So I'm just kind of going to do, let me see, I don't know if I should do, every time I do 4 loops on a bow, it ends up being like huge. And I don't want the bow to be too massive. So I'm only going to do 2 loops of both of these 2.5-inch ribbons. And then I'm guessing at this, you guys, I don't measure anything. I'm just going to cut that tail that long. That is probably too long, but in the grand scheme of it, I'm really only probably going to cut off maybe an inch of it. It's not horrible. So while I'm still holding my piece, I'll show you guys how I continue making it. So here's my second 2.5-inch ribbon, right? Excuse me. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to make this tail a little bit longer than this one. You can see here that you're kind of measuring. You've got your first bow that you made to gauge your size on. I'm going to pinch it together where I first made the other. And then I'm going to make a loop. I just kind of guess. Pull it towards your finger where your loop is. You have this loop already and you can guesstimate. Now that's a little bit bigger, but I like it. Nothing has to be exactly the same. And I think that's part of like the sloppy, lazy bow that I like. That nothing's identical. It doesn't always look lopsided. Now, I'm talking and I'm not showing you guys, so let me see. A lot of times, I know a lot of you guys have watched a lot of things, but every once in a while you always get a beginner. So this is for all of our beginners if you're watching tonight. Once you get your bow and you get your loop here, you're going to grab it, you're going to pinch it, and because this is one-sided ribbon, you take your ribbon and you twist it towards you. So now you have the front facing you again, okay? So then I make my loop, grab it, bring it back to my fingers where I'm pinching on the back here, pinch it in again, and then take that and twist it again so that now when you pull out, your tail is now the front of the ribbon and it's facing you as well. I don't think I ever make anything without multiple ribbon. I don't think I've ever made anything with just one ribbon in it. It might be something that I am incapable of doing. After I do that, I kind of separate the two. I'm still holding them where they're pinched. I lay this guy on top of this guy here, put my thumb back over it. You can make a few adjustments if you can kind of feel things slipping or not. Twist your loop here and there, but majority of our tugging and our fluffing we're going to do after we put it on the actual wreath, right? So here's my last one, and I try to use 2, 2.5, and 1, 1.5, or you can do 2 and 2, but there's some sort of variation. Do 1 2.5-inch width and then 2 1.5. It's just a kind of a combination of the two. Yolanda, thank you. Yolanda says it's beautiful. Thank you. Order over $49 for free shipping. Yeah, I'm a good person at that. If there's a website that says, hey, free shipping of a certain amount, I will do everything in my power to get close to that amount so I don't have to pay like $8 in shipping. Oh, do you guys want me to spend $69? I really only need $2 or $20 in product. But sure, and to avoid $8 in shipping, I will spend another $80. They get me with that. They're really good at getting me with that. I am a great sucker for the free shipping deals. Oh yes, that is me to a T. Now this is one-sided ribbon, so I'm literally, guys, just pinching it, making loops, pinching it. And I'm only going to do 2. If you guys were with me on my last live stream, you'll see that I did 4 loops in the middle. On this one, I'm only going to do 2 because I want this to be sort of simple. I want it to be as relaxed as possible. I don't really want to put way too much into it. So we just did 2 loops on 3 different ribbons. And now we're going to wrap our thumb and place it under with the pipe cleaner. You see how I did that? I wrapped it around my thumb, holding things here. And then I kind of moved my index finger up, brought those around. And now you can actually let go of it on the top. I bring my thumb around here and pull this way. And then this is where you can start to twist them together. And this right here is how you're going to get a really good tight seal on the back of your bows. Maria, so beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Looking pretty, Connie. Thank you. Judy, your eye makeup is awesome. You need to do a video on how to do it, please. Thank you, Judy. That's the second time today someone said that my eye makeup is beautiful. Thank you, guys. I feel so pretty. And my husband brought me flowers. You guys are so nice. I don't really know that I'm trying to see like, oh, I can't, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this wrong. I almost cut that off, you guys. See, I'm talking. I got all flustered. I got a compliment. I feel so, thank you. Hector, awesome. Like your creativity. Thank you, Hector. I've talked to you a few times. I'm so glad you can join me live now. It's awesome. Thanks for coming. Let's see. The winter greens wreath had a one-color bow. Let me see. Hold on. It's on the wall up here. Oh, you're right. Paula, thanks for keeping track of it. I was lying. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But you're right. I was like, let me check. Hold on. Yes, I apologize. I did use one ribbon on a wreath that I made. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that. So, oh, wow, Whitney. Wow. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome that you remember that. The winter greens, yeah. Oh, Pamela, I'm watching and noticing that you have flawless skin. Thank you. It's from spending a lot of time not in the sun. Because again, I live in the desert. I like to stay pasty. That's what I always say. I was getting ready for my wedding. I was like, I can't be in the sun. No tan lines. I don't even want collar or farmer's tans on my shirt. Nothing. I even kept my driving arm in the window because I had a strapless dress when I got married. So I was like, I can't have any tan lines. I want to be nice and... Yeah, I was really pale. Let me tell you, if you guys saw my wedding pictures, I was super pale. And my dress was a cream color, so I was whiter than my dress. But yeah, I've gotten a few good compliments on my skin. I just say, the only thing is that I use face wash, but it's nothing special. And stay out of the sun. But I'm noticing changes, you guys. I'll be 38 years old this year. You start to see things changing as you age, and it is what it is. I am just the age the Lord wants me to be. That's what my mom would say. You are just the age. You are just the height. You are just the way the Lord wants you to be. So we are here. We are what we are, right? Oh, Yolanda, you do that shipping thing too. Good, because it's like, I will do whatever I can to not pay for shipping. Guys, I'm just feeding this through. You're going to see it in a second. See that? Right here? I'm feeding the pipe cleaner in through the front of the wreath. I don't want to go around, only because that's going to be too much surface area, and I don't have enough pipe cleaner for it. And it also doesn't give it a really good, tight... It doesn't secure it very well. If you go through all of the grapevine, you've got a lot more for it to hold on to. Plus, we're going to squirt some glue in there too after we're done. And that's going to help it. So you'll see here's my other one popping through. You'll find an easy way just to get things to kind of work themselves in where you want them to. And then you'll see that the bow takes shape. And I'm going to twist this a little bit, guys. Because what I did was I twisted it too much. And I made it kind of longer than it needed to be. So, meaning I twisted it too many times and made the piece on the back long, one piece. And I need them to stay separate as two. So I can pull it as close to the wreath as possible. So that's how we're fixing this, is I'm just undoing some of that. And then I want to make sure I have a specific piece at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to turn it like this. There we go. So at this point, guys, you can watch me here. I'm gonna feed this under this guy here. And remember, you can put a curl in it here and then kind of use it to thread itself through. You see how I did that? I put a little curl in it so it had almost like a little hook to it, and that helped get through the other pieces of the grapevine. And then I'm really securing this thing in. I'm not taking this bow off, and I'm not moving it. She looks really good right here. So I'm going to twist this on as many times as I can. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock, guys. How's everyone? Well, it's 6 o'clock my time. How's everybody doing on time? Are you guys still enjoying everything and having a good Sunday? Pamela, I hate paying for shipping. I am with you. I don't know what it is. There's two things I dislike greatly, and that is paying for shipping and paying for parking. I'm just not used to it. Sharon, where did you get the cross? I got that beautiful cross at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago. Now, if they're not on sale, because sometimes they're 50% off, I used a 40% off coupon to get that cross. And so I paid $8.99. So that's a $9 beauty right there. Turned out really, really well. So you guys, I got to take this off and kind of flip it around. Yes, we're going to crush the bow. That's fine because we are not done. Don't worry about it. That's the name of the game in this kind of field. Don't ever worry about crushing things or moving things around. It's all wired. I need to get this guy around here and secured on before I glue it. So I'm just kind of taking my pliers and twisting it. I got it twisted around the grapevine one more time. There's a little sharp piece right there. I remember the very first time before I was comfortable with bow making that I watched somebody make something, and I'm putting glue on it. I watched somebody make something, and then I watched him flip it over. And I thought, oh no. And then I thought, you know what, you got to be right. Sorry guys, I'm letting the glue kind of seep down in it, so I need gravity to work with me here on this. I freaked out because they flipped it over and they crushed the bow. And then they said the same thing. They said, don't worry about it because you're going to need to flip it and then you're going to readjust it. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So, I mean, it was a long, long time ago. I remember freaking out over that. I was like, oh no, we just crushed the bow. What have we done? There we go, guys. So what I did is if I'm holding it flat, the glue seeps down into the wreath and it helps secure to more of the grapevine. That's really all the reason I hold it that way for it. I let gravity help me out. Gravity is always a constant. You can guarantee she will always be there, right? That's why we fall. Things happen as we get older. Yay for gravity. All right. Just going to fluff a little bit to get a good idea of where things are falling. And then where I can cut these. I'm going to, oh geez, these are perfect. These tails, I'm not cutting them at all. I'm leaving, oh, that's perfect. It's just a guesstimation and it worked out great. Worked out great. I'm going to pull this loop up this way more. All I'm doing is a little bit of fluff on this bow, but it's not going to stay. You know what I mean? We're going to probably crush it 5 or 6 more times, but that's just to get an idea. I get these little extra wire pieces that hang out the bottom of the little dovetails you've made that drive me insane. Like where did the wire come from that all of a sudden now it's starting to poke out the side? These ribbon tails are the perfect length, guys. I'm just going to dovetail them right now. I am not going to cut them any shorter. and I'll show you guys in 5 seconds. The way that this ribbon tail falls inside this wreath, it's perfect. It's just, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm getting excited. Just dovetailing that stuff. You guys let me know if for some reason I skip something you want to see. What is it? Darina, you got ideas for church wreaths. Yes, these are perfect, especially if you're having a function or Easter. They're having like Easter luncheons are coming up, springs, anything like that. Just whatever denomination you are, whatever you're having going on. I know lots of stuff is going to start happening pretty soon. I'm gonna put a little twirl on that and leave that. Okay, guys, look. These tails. What am I attached to here? Oh yeah. These tails worked out so great. Look, I mean, we're not done, but the length of them here is actually just exciting me. And you see I put a little bit of a curl in that in the center. So, I mean, that's pretty much done. That bow is done, guys. It's just very, very exciting when things just start to fall in place the way they should. And it's just a happy thing. Makes me so happy. Oh yeah, everyone was saying that This Is Us is on after the Super Bowl. I've never seen it, you guys. I know a lot of people have said that it's an awesome show and it's very moving and warming, and I'm just emotional. I don't know about warming, but emotional. I've never seen it, and I know that they said it was on after the Super Bowl. So, hey, no offense for me. If you have to go watch it, I completely understand. You guys can always come back for my replay or take a look at my YouTube page. Help me out on my YouTube with my views and subscribers. All right, guys, I'm adding some tulips here and there is what I'm doing now. Let me show you. I'm adding tulips. I'm almost done with the bottom portion, and then I'm going to fill in up here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a little nakey spot right here we need to fix. And I just wanted to see basically, yeah, I'm going to put some tulips. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. But I wanted to see if there was more I needed to put down here. Let me take a look, guys. Always bend things around. I'm just bending some of these towards the wreath to kind of curl with it. And it's looking really good. I mean, even the side profile of this wreath, you know, you don't really have to decorate the sides of it for when it's against the door, but it kind of always helps. See, look at that. You can't even really see the side of the grapevine on there. It looks really pretty. I'm thinking I'm pretty good on that portion. So I'm going to add some more flowers to the top up here in this section. You'll see here. We're going to place some more of these. I got a good amount of flowers, you guys. I thought I was going to use them all. I'm going to have to get going on cutting these up and getting them up here. You'll also start to notice that once you start getting a lot of glue in, you're going to have a little bit harder of a time with finding placement or finding like the proper... Did that stick through the back? Yeah, see that came out all the way down here. So that tells you that it's not coming out for one. All right, guys. Apparently it doesn't need glue because it doesn't want to come out. It's getting stuck on something. There we go. Oh, it was a leaf thing. No wonder. That's why I try to cut those off. All right, so what that means is I need to cut it a little bit shorter, so I'm going to have to cut it in 2 pieces. Let's see, it's still connected. Nah, it's not connected. See that? So you might as well just cut it apart. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hold them together, and I'm going to glue them in together into the same place I had them. And I believe that was right here. Okay, yeah, that's where they were. So I'm going to get a lot of glue on the ends together and just start feeding them in there. Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm going to need a little bit of filler on this girl right here. I've got a little bit of an empty space. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm filling in around the bow. You want, it's just about trying to find good, a good place to nestle here and there. And also in the long run, if it starts to look a little bit ugly on the sides, you can cover that up with more greenery, more leaves. That piece there. I know I had some pink flowers left. Let me see. I'm going to put this guy up here. I need to put some more pink in here. I'm going to use all of these soft baby pink colored daisies. They're super pretty. And then I'm going to put this guy up here in the middle because I don't have an accent right here yet. And the fern is still doing its job. It's still looking great. Just make sure I have a spot here. Yes, I do. All right, let me put this in. I'll show you guys. And then you let me know if I should stop. I have a propensity to continue putting flowers and just continually adding flowers when I probably should stop. Now, I'm still going to add my greenery and stuff to the bow. But, hey, sorry about that, guys. I got an alarm. It didn't set my alarm went off. Sorry about that. How's everything going? Are we all still there? Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me check in with you guys real quick just to see what we're doing here. I mean, I had a little call or a thing says I hate paying for shipping. Funny. Okay. We will keep you honest. Thank you, Tina. I forgot about the ribbon. Thanks. All right. Where did you get the cross, Sharon? I got it at Hobby Lobby. Thank you, Linda. Hobby Labyrinth. Is that a place to shop at? That sounds kind of cool. Crosses from Hobby Lobby. Give me an idea. Church. We got there. She got the cross Hobby Lobby. I love it. Ready for number 3. Okay, Lita, I got some bad news, guys. I'm not going to be able to do the bunny tonight. It's already 6 o'clock my time. It's probably even later. Not probably. It is later for you guys on the East Coast. I'm gonna try to do it during the week. I have usually a lot to do after work, but I will try to do it after work one of these days this week. I get off at 4 o'clock during the week. I can come home. I'll get some dinner cooked up, and then I can at least try to start in here with you guys at this time, but with just one live. And the Easter Bunny is a faster project, and it's really cute. So I will get most of that cutting done during the week, and I will prep for that one. And I will get it done during the week. So I'm so sorry, guys, but number 3 didn't happen. I know I take a long time to do these, and it's turning out great, but I take a long time to do these lives. And I'm so sorry, guys, but number 3 won't happen today. Deborah, it's almost 8 p.m. here. We're going to miss round 3. See, okay, so you're not going to miss it, you guys. I'm going to finish this off, and then I'll get this up to YouTube, and I'll get the things posted and pictures and all that good stuff tonight, so I'll stay up and do that. Amy, it's almost 9. So beautiful. Love the colors. Thank you, Donna. Looking beautiful. Love the ribbon. Thank you, guys. Still here. Perfect. Okay, good. So yeah, my little interruption was my alarm went off. It's time to give our dog her pill. My little Zoe has seizures, so she takes seizure medicine. So every day, twice a day, at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., she gets her shot, or not shot, I'm sorry, not a shot. She gets her phenobarbital, which it's the same that they give to humans. If you guys have ever had an animal that has seizures or had to give that stuff to your dogs or stuff. It's the same medication they do for humans, but you give it to your puppy. And when I go to the vet to get the refill, I call it phenobarbital. You know, try to put a cute spin on something. It is what it is. She's our love, and I wouldn't have it any other way. She's a rescue, and she didn't have the issue until after we already got her, which I'm pretty sure she already had the issue before we had her, but she wasn't properly taken care of. But she's our baby now, and that will never be a problem. So that was my alarm, and apparently even if you put your phone on silent, your alarm still goes off and interrupts things. Nope, this isn't going into the wreath. Nope. Did I lose it? Well, by now my glue's not even hot anymore. Okay, guys. I'm right-handed, so let me win this battle. Just one sec. There we go. That stuck through just a little bit, but that's not gonna, it's not gonna end things. We'll be okay. We will be okay. All right, and I'm gonna put these tulips up here. Okay, guys, the last of the tulips. What do you guys think about the Easter Bunny on Tuesday? If I go, oh, I mean, I have to check my calendar. What do you guys think about the Easter Bunny on Tuesday? You guys let me know what you got going on. Again, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, well, maybe I could do 5 o'clock. That would make it 8 o'clock on the East Coast. I get home at about 4:20, 4:30. If I prep things Monday night, I can get ready and kind of get it thrown out kind of fast. What do you guys think about that? Oh, Amy, my brother's dog takes meds for diabetes. It's very important to give it at the exact time. Yeah, timing and scheduling is very important. Oh, I'll give her loves. Thank you, Brenda. I will give Zoe lots of it. It's okay, Wendy. You did great. Loves too. Thank you, Brenda. I love you guys. You're so awesome. No problem, no problem. And you guys are so nice and accepting and understanding. Sounds great, sounds great. Okay. Oh, Dale, whenever it's good for you. Tuesday sounds great, sounds good. Okay, guys, Tuesday it is. I will prep a lot of stuff after work tomorrow. I'll prep it and get the mesh cut, but I will still show you how I do it, you know, piece by piece. I'll get a lot of the mesh cut and the styrofoam prepped, and then Tuesday night after work, I will put a post out and let you guys know I will do the bunny centerpiece on Tuesday. Promise you. I promise. Cross my heart. I promise. You can, and I can ask my mom. My mom always said when we were little kids, and it catch you in a lie. If you cross your heart, you can't lie. So, cross your heart. Hope to God. You can't do that. That was just something my family did. We did that all the time. My mom would say, you know, the best way to catch a little kid in my family lying is tell them to cross their heart. If they refuse to do it, they're fibbing. You're fibbing. Always. Never failed. Okay, so right now, guys, I'm going to add some greenery to this bow, and we're going to be done. I mean, look at that pink and coral, a little bit of green fern. I'm not going to add any more green. I think that the pops of color are coming out just perfectly. And then, of course, you guys will see better photos. Once I get this in my garage, I'll take pictures of it. But I am going to throw some of these leaves in here. I'm not exactly thrilled with all of these leaves. They're not all that nice. No, I don't really like these that much. Let's see if I can pull out. Now, one of these pieces I think I might sacrifice, and I'm going to cut another piece off from here, guys, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use the pink part, but, I mean, technically the pink part, I can just push that into my arrangement somewhere. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut every single little piece of greenery off of this guy here, if you see here. So I'm going to put that in. And then I'm going to glue this in. Oh, hold on. You see down here. You guys, I'm just literally taking my wire cutters and I'm cutting every single one of these little green pieces off. And then what I'll do here is, this is got my price tag on it, of course. I'll put that in with the rest of the bush. This piece right here, I can kind of use towards the top of the bow. I'm going to kind of push it into the wreath. So here's where I'm going to take my leaf. And I just like to nestle things into the bow. So here I'll show you my bow. And you guys will get a really good view of it here. I'm going to take leaves and I'm just going to nestle them inside places. And you're going to basically put them into like the center of the bow where all the good stuff is kind of happening. And do you see how it looks like the piece has grown around it? And it really adds a lot of I guess texture. I don't know what I'm saying, you guys. It adds interest. It really makes me feel that this piece grew around and it grew that way, or, you know, as somebody was picking up all these wild pieces and placing them together and making a little hand knot, that's how everything kind of just came together in a beautiful little mess. It was a beautiful, beautiful tornado of flowers and and greenery and ribbon. Can't really mess that up in my eyes. That's how I feel about that. Let me put another piece down there. And I think I'm done. I'll hold it up again, and then I'll need you guys to give me your votes. And let me know. I got one more piece. I'm just going to add it. I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to tuck that guy right down in there. There we go. So that pops out that way, that pops out that way. And then I said I was going to add this in somehow. Can that go under here? Yeah. Last one. I don't want to waste it, and I don't want to have to try to attach it to the leftover part of that bush we didn't use. So I'm going to just tuck it in right under here. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, guys. So I like the curl on that. I like the curl on these. All right, guys, let's put this off to the side and let me show you what we got so far. We're going to put it up against a wall, and that's what we're working with. What do you guys think here? You see that? It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And these picture, I mean, no, like the quiet place below bow. What? I do the same. Okay, so you add, Brenda, you add to your bows too. So beautiful. Oh, look at those hearts, you guys. You guys make me so happy. I'm not used to seeing that. My lives are getting more traffic. So this is really exciting, guys. Thank you so much. Oh. I have to catch the green. Me and some friends are taking a calligraphy class at Mike's. Oh, well, good luck, Nancy. Yes, I'll be home alone with no intrusions. Nice. So Tuesday works for you. Good. Okay, so let's see. Oh my God, my little guy has seizures as well on the same medication as yours twice a day. Okay, Beverly, yeah, we got puppies in common. They're our little loves. Beautiful, beautiful, so beautiful. Wow, you guys all have the same, adds dimension. Yes, that's a good way of saying it. Yes. Does it need a flower just below the bow? Oh, you mean where I put that guy at the very end, right here? Or are you talking about like in here? Where do you guys mean? Let's see. Gorgeous, you're talented, thank you, stunning, beautiful. Who was your mentor? Barbara, basically where I'm getting most of my flower placement, my ideas, and my bow making, that came from my grandma. She started teaching me stuff when I was 7, 8 years old, and she taught me a lot about bow making, decorating at Christmas, gift wrapping. I got a lot of that from my grandmother on my mother's side. She was an immensely talented artist. She used to paint. She had just an amazing, amazing gift. And I get a lot of that from her. Right now, my business coach and mentor is Julie Samaka through Southern Charm Wreath. Through joining her group, and she's helping me grow my business and get things a little bit closer to where I want to be. Oh, let's see. My love button isn't working. I'm trying to send hearts. That's cute. Thank you, Deborah. My love button. Bless Grandma's heart. Yes, my grandma. I miss her desperately. She passed when I was 17, but she's watching me. She sees everything that I'm doing. She knows that she had a lot to do with it. She's with me. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for everything. This has been a great weekend. We did 2 lives yesterday and 2 lives today. So that's the most I've done. Geez, I usually only do 1 a week. So this is kind of awesome. I had a really great weekend. I love that all you guys were here to join me. I love that, you stick with me even through the hiccups, and we all learn, and it all turns out. We learn together. We get these things figured out. So I will have pictures up. I will have everything posted to Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube now as a replay, stay tuned. At the end of the video, I will have the still pictures up for you to see with the great lighting, and all the nice background to see exactly how vibrant these colors are. Other than that, oh, everybody likes Julie. Yes, Julie is the sweetest woman. She is the sweetest woman. She's always really ready to let you know that there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing, and God gives you a gift in order to share it. So, I don't want to cry. I was talking about my grandma. Makes me emotional. We'll see how it goes. You were blessed to have a grandmother to teach you. Yes, I was. Okay, guys. Lobe on the cross. Yes, great job, Whitney. Love it. Lovely. Thank you. Gorgeous. Okay, guys. Have a great evening. Have a great Sunday. Happy Super Bowl is over weekend. And I'll see you guys all on Tuesday. I'll have everything prepped for Monday, and we'll do a really cute Easter bunny centerpiece with some mesh and some cute stuff. So until next time, you guys all take care. And I love you all. Bye-bye.